Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Check, check, check. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the AfroMattt Show. This is episode number 164. I hope you guys liked that last episode. That last episode was pretty... okay. So it definitely got the clip I made got shadow banned on every single... good luck even finding it. It got shadow banned on every single platform I posted it on. So, take that for what you will, but literally the YouTube video won't go past 1 view. Well, that might just be that. Well, granted, my other video, the podcast itself, has 50 or something like that. So it's weird. It's just weird. It's a weird circumstance. I got this message from TikTok as well when I posted a clip there. Let's see, what did TikTok say? TikTok said, your video is unoriginal, low quality, or QR code content. To maintain the positive experience our users expect from TikTok platform, unoriginal, low quality content is ineligible for recommendation. So it got shadow banned on TikTok. So I don't even understand what we said. It was honestly probably the fact that we said that the CIA did kill not JFK, which they did, but Martin Luther King Jr., which I guess gets your channel instantly shadow banned. My bad. But I really enjoyed that last episode. I'm sorry it was shorter, but this one, we're back to normal. We're back to the normal things. We're back in the flow. That being said, let's. I guess I did finish. I did finish one book, so I'll do a book review real quick, right off the top. This is a book called Wittgenstein's Mistress. So Wittgenstein is a philosopher. He came up with this idea of it's like the photo theory for words. We communicate not through words but through images, the image theory of words. So it's the whole English language is only made up of images, and the image in your head is maybe even more real than the object in real life. The guy was really out there. He was a supreme genius level IQ. He inherited this guy was crazy. He inherited all of his money, and then he gave it all away to writers and philosophers that were struggling. The dude's a goat. The dude is the goat. But he lived on this little small town where he taught English 1 in Germany or something. He's a really cool dude. He's super smart. And this book, this book has nothing to do with him, by the way, except for the title, which is Wittgenstein's Mistress. Well, that's the connection. Is this book? I don't even know where to start with this book. This book is very strange. It's the first avant-garde, experimental book I've read. It follows this lady. And you quickly find that this lady is the first, the last lady alive, the last person on the planet, and she knows this because she travels everywhere. She takes a boat across the ocean, or so she says. She's writing this all sitting down at a typewriter, and throughout the story, and this book has 0 chapters. I guess the whole book is 1 chapter, so I guess it has 1 chapter, but it's super kind of fragmented chain reaction thought. So she'll be onto one subject, and then all of a sudden she's onto another, and then she's talking about artists, and then she's talking about writers, and then she's talking about her experience or something that she did, and then she's talking about the weather, and then she's talking about the stream, and then the ocean. So it's going through all of this, and that sounds really boring because it has no plot and it has 1 character. And you might think, how does someone make that for 230 pages? This book was actually super hard to even put down, which is really weird. And good luck even finding this book when I recommend it. This book, I had to order it on Amazon But I mean, the book was good. I mean, the book was really good, actually. The writing was really kind of witty and funny. The main character, you kind of you're along for the ride, and she's kind of going insane. At the end, she has all these like weird connections that she brings back up into the system that don't make sense anymore because she's lost her mind, and she's like slowly going insane. I've heard that this book has, and I read the afterword. This book has some like hidden philosophical, like it is about Wittgenstein's ideas because she is the only person in the world. The idea, and this is how I took it, the ideas that she has are true because she's the only one to have them, right? So she has all these ideas. She's writing. She says she writes Greek in the sand on the beach, but it's not Greek. It's her own made-up language, and she's writing messages on in the street in her own made-up language. But the words, it's only made up because she's the only person left, right? If it makes sense to her, then it is a real language. And I don't even know if that makes sense. And there's this one part where she talks about she invents this studio in her mind. She invents this like art studio, and she starts putting characters in there, famous artists, William de Kooning, Vincent van Gogh, and they're all in the studio. And then she like manipulates them, and she adds and subtracts people, and it becomes reality as she adds it, because first off, she's going insane, but also second off, she's the only person alive. I mean, I really don't even know how to rationalize that, but I mean, the book was surprisingly good, surprisingly a nice little treat to read. Let me see if I have any snippets. I usually underline stuff. Meantime, I'm just going to read a random snippet because there's literally no chapters here, so just randomness is fine. Meantime, that question of things existing only in one's head may still be troubling me slightly, to tell the truth. I mean, this is pretty good. Basically, this is because it has now come to mind that the fire I'm perhaps going to build in the garbage disposal area in order to watch it glisten in the broken bottles is something that exists only in my head. Except that in this case, it is something that exists in my head even though I have not yet built the fire. In fact, it exists in my head even if I may possibly never build the fire. Moreover, what really is in my head is not the fire either. It's the painting by Van Gogh of the fire. So it is about Wittgenstein and his ideas of image-based reality. It's like words are imagery and imagery is reality. So she's and being told through this crazy person's head and being the only person in the world makes it a blank slate to kind of live out this Wittgenstein world. It's interesting. I mean, give it a try. I mean, I really can't even explain it because it's such an out there book. But yeah, just go check it out. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's not bad. All right, let's get into the news. The news. There is a lot of news because we skipped last time. All right. Boom. We got the news coming in hot. Okay, wait. I have been having a little bit too much fun with with AI. So I've been using AI to make songs I wanted to play on the podcast. So I'm going to play a couple of these songs real quick. Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, BlackRock, they're my all-time companions, building rockets. And I mean, the good part is this is all AI, so it's non-copyright. Reaching for the sky. This song, what did I use as the prompt for this song? The prompt that I used for this one was write a song about Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, and BlackRock.
Together we'll conquer, you and I. Northrop Grumman, my engineering
Starlight.
Lockheed Martin, my dreams you spark. BlackRock, my financial support. We're the team that'll
Always transport. Here comes the chorus. Everyone sing along. You know the words.
Rocket friends with partners like these. We'll soar high with the greatest of ease.
A little clunky.
Northrop Grumman,
Lockheed Martin, BlackRock, two together. There's nothing we can't do. Share that one to your friends on Christmas. That's a heartwarming song. But no, I've literally just been creating these. I want to share them with you. This one's good.
Come together.
This one's got
Don't matter who you
it's got a Selena Gomez type vibe.
Every color we agree. We're shining like a star from New York to LA, across the 7 seas. We spread love and happiness. Bring the world
To its knees. Now that part, bringing the world to its knees part, that part is a little bit. That one sent shivers down my spine when I heard that. Once you hear the song, that's a little bit disturbing. We're diverse. We're proud.
We stand tall. In our hearts, we know the
Value of them all.
Jewish people. Oh, we're a family so tight. With unity and kindness, we'll always do what's right. Shine bright, let your light ignite. No matter where you're from, we all unite. Together we'll make the world a better place. Shine bright.
This actually goes so hard. Yeah. Yeah. So I think the one I typed in for this, was write a song about how Jewish people are awesome, and this is what came up with it. And then we got one more.
Conspiracy theories floating in the breeze. George Bush and 9/11.
Now I am seriously considering making this my intro song because this one's so good.
George Bush and 9/11. What was up his sleeves? Questions unanswered, shadows in the dark. I need to
Find the truth, ignite the spark.
The towers fell, but something doesn't add up. Was it all a plan? A sinister setup. Towers crashing down, the world in disbelief. But who's pulling the strings, causing all this grief?
All this grief.
Shattered truth, it's time to find the light. Unmask the lies, expose the endless night. Dig deeper.
I mean, these songs are... Okay, first off, we got to talk about how good these songs are. And the fact that I literally just typed in words and AI just invented this. Like, if I was a musician right now, I would be seriously contemplating the long sleep. Like, this is better than literally all of Taylor Swift's probably whole album. I mean, it truly is disturbing how good AI is. And this is like, guys, AI is like 1 year old. It's like coming up on its 1 year old, like 1 years old. Like, guys, it might be over for artists everywhere.
The secrets unfurled, shattered truth.
Bring a brand new world. Brand new world. Wow, the New World Order. She's in on it. Ooh, a little bit of a breakdown. This is where it wants me to pay to add, more verses, but I mean, that's just good. I mean, is that just not good? Then there's this one too. This one I did not make with AI, but this one made me laugh. This is what that first song made me think of. This is MDE, by the way. This is what I was going for when I was making the the first song about how awesome Jews are. Jews rock. Okay. And it shows this is so if you don't know the background of this is Sam Hyde's TV show, and he I mean he made a song about Jews rock, and he invited the executives for Adult Swim was there to watch it, and they just did not care. So it made it into the final episode, which is good. Speaking about I guess Jewish people rocking, let's read this. Now, this stuff like this really peeves me off. This really makes me mad. So this is the United States, signed April 24th. It says, "Dear Mr. Khan," and I guess the Khan is the Office of the Prosecutor, International Criminal Court. So that's the ICC. The ICC is going to, or I guess they've moved to, trying Netanyahu for crimes against, honestly, probably should be humanity. So the ICC is the International Criminal Court, which sounds like something like they're going to go fly, like the intergalactic fight force or whatever, But so here it is. So this is from the United States to Mr. Khan, who is trying to go after Mr. Netanyahu for blowing people up, which is, I've said this before, but how are people for just blowing up their neighbors? I mean, guys, you got to take a step back here and really question what's going on. I have not heard a single good argument. I'll take that back. I have heard one good argument, and it kind of comes from the, all right, guys. It comes from like the mom. Like the really angry mom. You guys couldn't play nice on the Xbox, so no Xbox for anyone. That's the only really argument I've heard. That makes sense. Because the mom comes in, you're fighting with your brother. There's only one controller. There's only one holy controller. And, you're both fighting over it. Honestly, your brother's struggling a lot. And your brother's actually hiding beneath a school. And then you find your dad's gun, and you shoot the kid he's hiding behind. And then you shoot a lot of people for no reason. And you're trying to get the holy control. Guys, we're talking about a controller here. We're not talking about anything else. But then your mom walks in after the commotion, after several shots have been fired. Your mom comes in and says, "Hey guys," and she grabs the controller and says, "No controller for anyone." She takes the Xbox. So I'm not saying you destroy the whole thing. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that there needs to be, mom, angry mom needs to step in. We need to get a Karen. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need a woman president to just step in and grab Netanyahu's ear and say, if you can't play nice with your brother, you're going to have to go outside. Something along those lines. If you can't stop bombing your neighbor, you're going to have to go play outside with your neighbor, with the weird kid across the street. Just a really angry mom is what we need. But let me continue with this. This is a letter that they sent Mr. Khan, who's coming after Netanyahu. We're writing regarding to the reports that the International Criminal Court, ICC, may be considering issuing international arrest warrants against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other Israeli officials. Such actions are illegitimate and lack a legal basis, and if carried out will result in severe sanctions against you and your institution. So essentially, this was signed by Tom Cotton, which might be So he's the governor, no, the senator of the state I'm in, Arkansas. And this guy, I mean, I want to write to this guy and tell him that he's a piece of shit. You should really consider stopping. Just stop. And then it's signed by Tom Cotton, Mitch McConnell, Martha Blackburn, Katie Boyd, Britt, Ted Budd, Kevin Kramer, Ted Cruz, Bill Haggerty, Pete Rickens, Mark Rubio, Rick Scott, and Tim Scott. So, I mean, you have all these pieces of shit who, if you look at it, they've all gotten millions. I mean, guys, this guy, Tom Cotton, he sold out for $200,000. What a cheapskate. Mitch McConnell got paid like $1.5 million. You think Tom Cotton was mad when he saw that? How cheap he sold out for? $200,000 he sold out to Israel. Jesus, dude. That must be tough for Tom. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. We live in the worst timeline. But look, we're having fun. We're jolly. We're mirth. We're full of mirth and merry. Merry mirth. The ICC is attempting to punish Israel for taking legitimate actions. First off, legitimate is that's a crazy way to minimize the legitimate actions. Two words. Legitimate actions of self-defense against the Iranian-backed agitators. Oh, aggressors. Yeah, I mean, this is full of like double, triple speak. Legitimate actions of self-defense against Iranian-backed aggressors. So first off, we got to unpack this. Legitimate actions. Legitimate to who? The people signing this? Okay. Let's get that. Let's put parentheses and say, in our opinion, of self-defense. Okay, that's debatable. Self-defense is debatable. Now, Iranian backed aggressors. Okay, why don't you just say who they're fighting? It's like vague. The vagary is weird. In fact, in your own words, you witnessed scenes of calculated cruelty conducted by Hamas in Israel following October 7th attack. These arrest warrants would align with ICC with the largest state sponsor of terrorism and its proxy. To be clear, there is no moral equivalence between Hamas terrorism and Israel's justified response. I mean, all these guys' addresses should be made public. This is absolutely crazy. The ICC is prohibited by its charter, blah, 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 blah. This is highlighted on the bottom. The United States will not tolerate politicized attacks by the ICC on our allies. Target Israel, and we will target you. I mean, these are the kind of retards that will accidentally start a war because they're paid money. These guys are paid money to be like Israel fanboys. If you move forward with measures indicated in the report, we will move to end all American support for the ICC, sanction your employees and associates, and bar you and your families from the United States. You have been warned. Like this sounds like a mafia ransom note. Attached at the end of this file are photos of all your family and children. If you do not comply, we will kill them. Like, what's going on? What is going on? We are in the worst timeline where our politicians are sending ransom notes, essentially threatening entire nations. This is a warning. Imagine ending a political note with "this is a warning" and thinking we're in like a good spot. We're in like a really good spot, guys. We're sending letters to the ICC, sending warnings. Whew. All right, let's continue with the news. Boeing just hit a double kill. So 2 or 3 episodes ago, We talked about the Boeing whistleblower named, what was his name? John something? What was that guy's name? I don't remember his name. May he rest in peace, but I don't remember his name. But just this week, on May 2nd, 5 days ago, a 45-year-old former aircraft quality auditor has become the second Boeing-related whistleblower to die in the past 3 months. Guys, whistleblowing for Boeing, I mean, that puts a pretty big target on your back. And also, why am I reading this like it's not, like, maybe the biggest news of all time? Like, a major company actively killing, like, guys, I want to put anything on Boeing's name, but they're doing this shit 100%. I mean, it's a coincidence so guys, when one happens, maybe. When 2 in 3 months, you're looking at a pattern. It doesn't take a detective to say, okay, what's the motive? Who could possibly gain from 2 people dying? What's the related cause? Was there any motive? Why is no one investigating this like it's do we need to get Scooby-Doo out there? Split up and look for clues? You pull the head off Boeing and it's just it's just like Larry Fink or something from BlackRock. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids. I mean, Jesus. I'm trying to maintain this podcast as a place of levity, lightheartedness, merriment, and mirth. But I mean, actively killing whistleblowers in the street with no repercussions. It's hard to really even imagine it's hard to imagine it getting better, right? If people aren't being dragged from if the CEO of Boeing isn't being dragged from his home and waterboarded, right? I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying it's hard to imagine things getting better without that happening. I'm not saying I want that to happen, but I'm saying I wouldn't cry if it did. Now, did I just draw a massive target on my back? I don't know anything about Boeing, by the way. Just saying, the CEO, I mean, maybe not even the CEO. Honestly, the CEO probably has nothing to do with it. He's like, don't even tell me about this. It's called, they do it in the CIA. The CIA used to have like 7 levels of meetings, and no one would be in the same meeting twice, so that no one knew all the parts, so they had probable deniability. That's probably what's going on in Boeing, where it's like the CEO is probably not even looped in. He probably knows someone died. He probably knows something's happening, but he probably doesn't even know if it's real. It's like there's so many levels to develop the false the deniability and the push off of responsibility and stuff like that. He's probably a very protected man. He's got a million henchmen that would dive on that grenade for him, or I mean, maybe he would push them onto the grenade. I mean, I'm not too sure. Honestly, this business is they're in the killing business, as well as apparently making weapons of mass destruction and military contracts, and apparently planes that fall apart in the sky. So yeah, I'm not gonna wish any dread on any Boeing, because I might end up dying. So yeah, his name was Joshua Dean. May he rest in peace. Joshua Dean was one of the first people to accuse Spirit of ignoring serious manufacturing issues with its 737 MAX airplanes. The Seattle Times reported this on Wednesday. His death came just 2 weeks after he began feeling sick and decided to stay home from work to recover. but Dean's condition only worsened and eventually proved fatal, despite him being a health nut, according to his family. He tested positive for influenza B, and he tested positive for MRSA, and he had pneumonia in his lungs, and he was completely filled up, and from there he just went downhill. Okay, so I mean, they threw the book at this guy. This is the thing, is like, if you touch a doorknob, you can be infected with this shit. That's how Putin kills his political opponents. He has the KGB infect doorknobs, and then his person will go up and touch the doorknob, and then 2 weeks later they'll die of mysterious influenza in their lungs. Like, their lungs will just fill with liquid mysteriously. Yeah, I mean, this guy tested positive for everything. Influenza, he tested positive. What is MRSA? The hell is MRSA? MRSA infection. It is methicillin restraints Staphylococcus aureus. Infection is caused by a type of staph bacteria that's become resistant to many antibiotics that treat ordinary staph infections. Most methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus infections occur in people who have been in hospitals or in healthcare settings, such as nursing homes and dialysis centers. When it occurs in these settings, it's known as a healthcare-associated MSRA. Healthcare, I mean, so how does it... Infections usually are associated with invasion procedures or devices, such as surgeries, intravenous tubing. It can be spread by touching people with unclean hands or people touching unclean surfaces. Yeah, I mean, someone put MSRA on a doorknob. I mean, this guy was definitely killed in a... I'm telling you, this is a KGB method. These are textbook kill methods. Textbook. Straight out of the textbook. His lungs were totally gummed up, like a mesh over them. She noted it was her son's first time ever in the hospital because he never got sick. I mean... Guys, a multi-billion trillion dollar company are killing people and no one's doing anything. No one cares. Hey guys, knock, knock, knock. No one cares. Guys, we got bigger problems we got bigger fish to fry because we have, the government has organized things in a way where if you care about anything, you will not be able to pay rent. If you go out and protest for a week, you will miss rent and you will be on the street. You will be homeless. You'll be protesting on the street permanently with a cardboard box. Things have been organized to where you literally can't even afford to care. Like, guys, I would love to go. And I mean, I'll tweet if there's people out there on the streets. I'll tweet for them. I tweeted for the people in the Palestine camps. Yeah, I like to see it. That's the type of stuff I like to see. Nice, peaceful protests. I mean, I'll give you a tweet. I can't afford to drive out anywhere. I have to work. I don't have sick days. I can't just guys. And this is the way that, and what I'm describing is kind of facetious because I could leave, but I don't want to. But I'm saying this is the life for many people. For many Americans, this is how things are orchestrated and arranged. And if you don't think that things are precise, I don't want to say precisely because it's like they don't have a razor thin, like, contraption, but things have been stacked in a certain way where they can get away with a lot more. Like, I feel like, didn't the Vietnam, like the people that came back from Vietnam started protesting against Vietnam? Am I correct in that? Like, they weren't getting pensions or something. They said that they were going to take away their pensions or something like that. And then all the Vietnam, like, veterans just, like, started protesting. Yeah, that doesn't happen. That would literally never happen now. I mean, I'm excited that we even got some sort of protest in the colleges. I mean, that's good. That's good. Those little campsites, It's good stuff. They got the. I saw this picture of I guess as a segue. We're on to the next whatever, but I saw a picture of a one of those camps. I think it was in Texas, University of Central Texas or something. And they had, and mind you, these are kids, 19, 20, 21. They're all on the lawn. They're all wearing like bandanas. It's sort of like a cosplay situation with megaphones. And they have the Texas police force, elite snipers on roofs, like surrounding it. Just like legit snipers. Like I saw someone's Snapchat story and they showed the snipers and they were like peeking out. I'm like, what the hell's going on? There was like a COD lobby. They're playing Call of Duty against unarmed teenagers. I mean, the response, and a lot of those people, I mean, guys, you know my opinion on cops. They're all deadbeat. Honestly, I won't say all of them because, I mean, there are good cops out there. And a lot of them are actually pretty funny because cops have a good sense of humor. Usually, lots of trauma will do that to you. You will have a good sense of humor. I mean, it's true. They can laugh about it. You know, those guys in Abu Ghraib, I bet those guys had a good sense of humor. They had a good laugh, you know, while when, you know, they were able to even laugh at, you know, dead bodies. Like that one girl with the cigarette, you know the one. That guy standing with the bag on his head. I'm sure those people had great sense of humor. I'm sure a lot of them are actually fans of Shane Gillis now. Which is a crazy thought to even think about, but yeah, I mean, I won't say all of them, but 90% of cops are not good people, right? Back in the day when a cop was kind of like walking down the street, and he's like, "Oh, you got a broken milk jar? Hello, governor." I don't know why he's British, but "Hello, neighbor, you have a broken milk jar. You mind if I get that for you?" And he would like run down to the milk store and replace his milk jar. "Oh, I see you haven't read the new paper. Your paper got rained on. I'll go get a new one." You know, he's like a little, you know, he's a nice little neighborhood guy because your town was the size of not like a classroom. You had 30 people in a town and he knew everyone. He couldn't afford to be an asshole. Literally, he couldn't afford to be an asshole because he would literally, I mean, he knows everyone. But now, that's not the case. Now the type of people that become cops, and that, so, I mean, conversely, the guy who was a cop then was like, I'm going to become a cop because I like the people I'm surrounded by. I might have the skills. I might have gone to war. I might have the skills in using a gun. If need be, I will protect the people, my neighbors in my town. Conversely, nowadays, the people that become cops now are people who have failed at every single thing they have ever tried in life. They are the if you shake a pan and all the people that stay in the pan are successful at what they do, they are all the dirt that falls through to the bottom. And then you shake that pan, and then they fall through to the bottom. And then you get all the cops. Those are the cops on the very bottom of the shake pan. Because they've, you know, they're like, man, if I would have been put in on that last quarter, if coach would have just put me in, I would have gone to state. Oh, man. God damn, I'd be in the NBA. I'd be catching that. They're watching LeBron James dunk. Man, I don't know why I'm saying LeBron James. They're watching Tom Brady throw a football. Man, I'd be blocking for Tom Brady right now. God, if he would have just put me in on that fourth quarter, we would have beat the Bears and we would have gone to state. He's Uncle Rico. These are Uncle Rico type people. Man, if I didn't tear my ACL in the sixth quarter on that fourth, these people stay up at night probably thinking about Man, if I would have asked Ashley if to go out with me on that prom night, I wouldn't have ended up with my bitch Lisa that I beat every night because I hate her. And I hate myself for not asking Ashley out to prom. These are the types of people that end up on the bottom of that shuffle plate there. Man, if I didn't get in that bad car accident that totally dislocated my my C4 and C5 spinal column plate, and I didn't get fired from every job because I was decommissioned for several months. Man, and this brings me back to 2 podcasts ago when I said the person that joins the army is the person who gets sold on the, hey, do you want to buy a Mustang? Hey, do you want to ever buy a Mustang? You look like a kid who would like a Mustang. Join the army, we'll buy you a Mustang. That's the guy. So that's the natural evolution. And honestly, they failed out of that. They failed out of the military, which is almost crazy to do. Even crazy to even think about how you fail out of the military. I think in order to join the military, you have to have like a 40 IQ. 40. I mean, I think it's literally. Let me look this up. Okay, here it is. Someone asked, what is this, law.com or something like that? Someone asked. The question they asked is it truly illegal for the U.S. Army to hire someone whose IQ is less than 83? Which 83 seems pretty high. For the Army. Applicants are required by military regulation to have a percentile score of standardized test called the ASVAB that is 31 or more, which roughly comparable to an IQ Stanford Binet scale of 92. For high school graduates seeking to enter the Army or Navy, other services require strict, more strict. But the U.S. law allows the Department of Defense to allow people with a percentile score as low as 10% if it chooses to do so. An IQ score of 83 is in the 14th percent. So, I mean, it could be even lower than 83. Like, that's the 14th percentile, the 10 percentile, which means 90% of people are. So, in a room of 100 people, 90% of them are smarter than you. I shouldn't laugh because it's kind of sad, but that's like that's the level that join the Army. And then the people that fail out of the Army, they get injured or they have a bad temper or they're just like, maybe really maybe they freak their sergeant out. Like, dude, I don't want to put you out there. Those people get sent home and honestly released back home to wreak havoc on their communities and then beat their wife and beat their children and pass on the trauma of what they see and hear and do the things they do. God, the things they do. So, I mean, I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, I was talking about the cops' reaction to the kids protesting on their campus soil. Like, there's literally like riot gear for kids. These kids are named like Cracker, or I mean, that's probably not a good. That's honestly probably the name of the cop. But these guys are named like, Salad. Hi, my name's Rosalinda, and this is my friend, Toothpick. Like these are people in. This is Columbia University. It's like a liberal arts college. You don't need to send in riot gear. What are they scared of? Honestly, makes you look like more of a bitch to go in with riot gear, and you're staring at a kid with blue hair who's 90 pounds who eats only vegetarian food. Yeah, you're real tough. Oh, look at me. I'm real tough. I'm king of the castle, king of the castle. That's what I imagine every cop. He goes home and sits down and I'm a big tough man. I'm a big strong man because I've got a gun on my hip. God. Yeah. You think I'm mad because I go home to Starla every night? Shut up. Shut up. No one cares. Literally no one cares. You could... I honestly, probably people hate you more when I hear, oh, thank you for your service. Is that what you want to hear? Is that what, like, these people would cry if their mom said they loved them. That's what they want. They want to be embraced, and they want someone to tell them that they love them. That's what cops want. It really is truly sad. I'm sure if you like pry deep inside of some of these people, they just want someone to say that they appreciate them. It's true, but you're in the wrong field if you want people to appreciate you. It really is truly sad. The chemistry in the trauma that goes through some of the police officers. I don't even know where new police officers are coming from, honestly. Where do they just spawn? It makes me think, honestly, that the whole world's just full of NPCs, and I'm the only person alive. Because where are these police people? I don't know one person who would ever want to become a police officer. I know a couple who could be police officers, but I don't know if anyone who would. It's like just a different breed of person. Like I would, and I'm genuinely telling you the truth here. I would kill myself before I became a police officer. And that's not saying I would. Like if guys, I do not have ideations of suicide. Just so you know, just so if Boeing comes through my window and busts me up, I'm just using that as a joke. Oh, here we go. New news segment. It's fine if we go long. Harvey Weinstein's rape conviction overturned in New York. The DA will attempt to retry. Guys, the juice is loose, and he has a egg-shaped penis. Although, was that Epstein? No, I think Harvey Weinstein's the one that has gangrene on his penis. These guys always have some sort of weird penis situation. But yeah, the juice is loose, and he's leaking.
Of movie mogul Harvey Weinstein, the case that galvanized the Me Too movement. A New York appeals court throwing out
this is so crazy. Me Too has been overturned.
His 2020 rape conviction, saying he didn't get a fair trial because the judge made egregious errors. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
It was the case that sparked the Me Too movement, but tonight, a shocking reversal. Harvey Weinstein's rape conviction in New York overturned by the state's highest court. New York's Court of Appeals handing down the 4-3 decision, citing egregious errors by the judge overseeing the trial back in 2020, saying the trial court erroneously admitted testimony of uncharged, alleged prior sexual acts against persons other than the complainants of the underlying crimes, adding that testimony of uncharged crimes at the trial was unnecessary to establish Weinstein's intent and served only to establish defendants' propensity to commit the crimes charged. Weinstein's legal team happily surprised.
Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. This guy looks like Lex Luthor. He's defending. He's God, defending Weinstein is like you are putting out criminals back on. How can you be in it? God, man. Like, you get one look at the dude and you're like, yeah, dude, I know you did that shit. Weinstein just looks like he's going to grab someone. God, imagine that first day out. No one monitoring him. He puts a bag, he puts glasses and a hat, puts a beanie on, and he just goes and, kills a homeless man. I imagine, God, the things that he might do. The juice is really loose.
We knew that Harvey Weinstein did not get a fair trial.
In February 2020,
God, what a scumbag.
To 23 years in New York for criminal sexual assault of one woman and third-degree.
I mean, can we just, guys? And I do love the process of law because it makes sure. I mean, in theory, it makes sure that bad people go away, but in practice, sometimes it gets a little dicey, and you get this guy. I mean, you get the original juice, O.J. Simpson, putting on a glove over a glove and then being released. And then you have Harvey Weinstein, who was sentenced to 23 years and now he was convinced of third-degree rape, which I didn't know was possible. I don't even know what that means.
Rape of another. Tonight, he remains in a prison outside of Albany. Actress Ashley Judd was among the dozens of women to come forward.
I mean, look, this looks like a pick your character screen. This looks like a figure. This screen of his his victims looks like a pick your character screen on a Lego Star Wars game. This is crazy. How many? What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 15 by 6. 15 by 6. Is that 80? What is that? What number is that? Let me run those numbers real quick. This is craziness. 15 times 6 is 90. My bad. 90 people. Plus 8. This is 98. He's almost got a flat 100 people on this list. I mean, this is... pick your character. This gotta pick your character ass screen, bro. You got unlocked characters. Harvey Weinstein should not be on the streets if he's got an unlocked character screen of people who said he did shit. This is bad news. This is bad news. That guy should not be released. Keep that man locked up. And also, I think it was an all-woman court, too. Like an all-woman judge. Yes, look at... It was voted 4-3, overturned Weinstein's conviction on sex crimes against 3 women, finding the trial judge erroneously admitted test. I mean, this is wild, guys. I mean, he's on like he's in a wheelchair. He's like pushing. This is like death on. I mean, I hope he makes a good movie when he's out. Now that he's out, I hope he makes a really good movie. What are some Weinstein movies? Let's see some Weinstein movies. Let's check out his IMDb. All right, I have his IMDb page pulled up. What movies do we got cooking? Known for as a producer for Shakespeare in Love, The Hateful Eight, great movie. The Great Debaters, haven't seen it. The Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, producer on Project Runway. Oh, I'm sure he went ham on that show. The Upside, Chandra. The Mist. The Mist is a good movie. Anything I recognize? Gold, The Founder. That's a good movie. I thought he was a director. Is he just a producer? Producer, actor. What did he make? I mean, he makes a lot of movies. The Hateful Eight, Project Runway Jr. No way they let him on the set of a Project Runway Jr. Oh no. Oh no, that just sent chills down my spine. No. Oh my God. Harvey Weinstein. That's like letting a bull in a china shop. That's bad. That's bad news. That's just bad news. Oh no. Oh man, Macbeth. I love Macbeth. Roald Dahl's SEO Trot. I don't know what that is. Paddington Bear. That's good. The Giver. Sin City, the black and white film. I don't really know much of these, I'm not going to lie. I mean, yeah, I don't really know many of these. Inglourious Bastards. Oh, so this guy's deep in with... This guy might be deep with Quentin Tarantino. That's unfortunate. Halloween. I mean, this is an unending list. How long does... Spy Kids? No! Oh, no. No! God, I feel like the scene from Interstellar when he's behind the... No, don't let me go! Don't let me go, champ! This scene from Interstellar when he's... So this is... I mean, if you haven't seen Interstellar, you gotta watch... What are you doing? But this is Interstellar. He's from the future, and he's traveled back in time. But he can only see through the bookshelf. And he's trying to tell Mirth to not let him go so he can reverse the events in his life. No. And it's kind of cool because you're watching from back in time. Murph.
S.
Murph. Murph.
Hey! Dash! Dash! What's his name?
It's this part.
Make him stay, Merv.
Make him stay.
Don't let me leave, Merv.
Don't let me leave. This is what I imagine is happening when I'm reading Weinstein on all these things, and just don't let him onto Spy Kids. No, Project Runway. No, make him stay. Make him stay, Murph.
Don't let me leave, Merv.
Don't let him in, Murph. Don't let him in.
No! 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 No!
No, Murph. Don't let him leave, Murph. Yeah, I mean that's good. I love that show. This movie's so good. All right, let's continue with the news. So Harvey Weinstein's out. Yeah, we got that. We're there. What do we got? I also saw something that said that they're trying to pass a bill that will make all statements that could be deemed anti-Semitic illegal, which might cook my stream, which might cook this channel. Yeah, I don't know where that was. I don't know if maybe I didn't pull it. I saw it. It was a headline I saw. Interesting, little tidbit. But yeah, let's go to TikTok time then, since we're wrapping up. TikTok time. Which one's our TikTok song? This one. All right. Isn't this a high quality podcast? This is a high quality podcast. Yo, no, this is good. This is a good one. This guy, this is who's releasing. This is who's defending these. This is Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. This is Harvey Weinstein's. This is Kevin Spacey's lawyer. This is him.
Who's the best lawyer?
Jay Oma.
And
Who's
why
the
Markson?
best lawyer? Jay Oma.
Because you got my case dismissed.
And what were you charged with?
Man, I was charged with assault family member.
And how much jail time are you looking at?
1 year.
And what were you accused of doing?
Man,
He's smiling. He's smiling. Look, this is the face of someone who definitely beat someone up.
biting a girl.
Biting a girl. Punching her.
Threatening to kill her.
Threatening to
kill her.
And pulling a gun on
And,
her.
Are you happy with the results?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so this guy, J. Oma Law Firm, he is releasing demons onto the street, back onto the street. Who's the best lawyer? So, guys, just go look up J. Oma on TikTok. Scroll through some of those videos.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Man, I thought I wasn't going to be able to get out of this, man. This man, he's the man. You need to trust him.
Oh, man. I mean, everyone's the same. Every single one. Who's the best lawyer? J. Oma. What were you charged with? Well, I was charged with reckless driving, and I killed 14 people. I drove through an intersection while a parade was going on. Well, and how long were you looking at? Well, I was looking at 15 to life. And what are you doing now? I'm doing community service. Who's the best lawyer? J. Oma. These are the people he's releasing onto the street. What did you do? I'm J. Oma, and I'm with what's your name? Oh, Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Who's the best lawyer? J. Oma. What did you do? Well, where do I start? Here's the. This is a fun clip. So this is the United States Press Secretary. I don't really know what the press secretary does except for, like, I guess they're a mouthpiece for the president, so the president doesn't have to answer all the questions. She's just out there just talking. But in most cases, I guess she probably doesn't say much of anything.
Thank you, Corinne. Our new CBS News poll found that registered voters in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania believe that they would be financially better off if Trump wins. How do you explain that?
All right, bye everybody. Thank you.
That's good. She's like, 71% of voters say that they'll be better off financially if Trump wins. What do you think about that? Hey, see you guys. Time's up. Bye-bye. Here's a TikTok of a... Oh, here's some cops right now. Here's some cops right now. This is good.
17 allegations.
17 allegations. He looked him up. This guy's name is Florin Kuka. He's a lieutenant of 121st Precinct since February 22. Also served on the 70th Precinct on narcotics in Brooklyn.
17 allegations. You're dirty. 17 allegations. He's not here to serve or protect.
These are his complaints. He has 17 allegations, 8 complaints, 1 substantiated, 3 complaints withdrawn, 3 exonerations, 1 unfounded, 3 unsubstantiated, and 3 within the NYPD guidelines. These are his lawsuit settlements that the state of New York has had to fill out for this man. They've had to front this much money because this guy's had so many lawsuits. $20,000, $25,000, $25,000, $9,000, $115,000, $27,500. 5 different lawsuits.
The community. He's dirty. 17. Your jacket dirty. Thank you for stepping up.
Appreciate it.
I need that badge.
Yeah.
17 allegations. 17 allegations. He's dirty.
Yeah, so this is like on, I guess, in the New York, this is when they were doing their thing. But this guy was out there with his baton, looking real tough. Want someone to say that he's tough. Maybe they want people to hate them. Maybe they have like a self-masochism or something. All right, let's watch one. Let's watch 2 more TikToks. This is actually a pretty interesting one about. This one sums up a lot about what's happening in the market right now. I saw this video, and it actually came out 2 years ago. Not this video, but another one. It's called "Why California Sucks" or something like that. But it shows that a lot of the people that actually own homes in California, while they might say they want equality and they want to get rid of the homeless, actually in practice don't. Because in all of these like opportunities to build affordable housing, all these boomers and I guess, Gen Xers as well, people over there, they actively show up to city council meetings to say, hey, I heard you were building affordable housing. Don't build it near my house. So these people, they might parade around like they're, oh yeah, I was a hippie in my day. We were in van life, and we just want every soul to have a home. They might be saying that to whoever they're saying it to, but they don't actually want that. The second that anyone tries to build affordable housing, or any housing for that matter, they don't want it to lower the value of their home. And this is just the generation of greed, the greedy generation, because their parents went through the Depression and had nothing. When you come from nothing, you want everything. That's what the generation of boomers want. They want everything. They want everything they can get their grubby little hands on. Their wrinkled, grubby hands. They want everything. But they'll show up to like these town hall meetings and say, hey, no. They'll do like a vote, and they'll be like, no, I don't want to lower my value of my home, so let's build that somewhere else. And they literally cannot build these places fast enough because they keep on getting blocked. And this guy will explain it more. But this is not just a California issue, but it's funniest in California because they're always like they're hippy dippy and honestly retard liberals over there.
House in America should cost $50,000, not the $500,000 you're paying right now. And the reason you're paying so much is not location. The first reason is that you guys in America are so greedy. You're the most greedy people in the world. Now, about 60 to 65% of you are homeowners, and you all want your properties to just go up in value while you do absolutely nothing. That's fine. As developers, we will work with the society, whatever it gives us, but that is the reason. Whenever we want to build houses, the community of homeowners, they will fight us because they're worried about us bringing in undesirable people if we have affordable housing. You know, that whole not in my backyard. And then the 1-2 punch is the government. So right here in Montgomery County, which is just north of Washington, D.C., we're incurring somewhere around $200,000 to $250,000 in expenses directly related to government regulation for us to even break ground on one of these properties. Now, watch how extreme this is. You got about 1 million people who live north of Washington, D.C. in this first county here, but almost all of them live in this area that you see colored in yellow. This whole area that is over 2 times the size, they call it the reserve. It's the reserve to protect the environment. But there's enough room in here to create unlimited, affordable housing, the type of housing that will be under $100,000, that will make living possible, savings possible, but absolutely everybody in here who already owns a house, we're talking Chevy Chase.
I really like this video.
Even Rockville, these are those rich towns that are just north of D.C. Every single one of them is terrified of their house going down in value. These guys have had their houses double in value in the last 5 years with all the contracts that have come into Washington, D.C. So thank you guys for paying your taxes. You're making
it's boomers wanting to get rich by doing nothing, by just sitting. Guys, look at how smart I am. Look at my investment portfolio. I'm so smart. I bought a home when it was $30,000. I'm a bit of an investment genius.
All of us really rich right here. But that is really the reason. We could, you know, a lot of you guys see my other videos where we're building houses under $50,000 in West Africa. There's really nice concrete builds with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and a really great air conditioning.
Yeah, West Africa, $50,000 homes. I might move to Africa.
Architects and our designs. I could build a lot of that same stuff here in Washington, D.C., but you guys will not let me. So when we go and we pay our $200,000 to $250,000 to finally get the right to build one of these houses, we are building a mansion. Don't expect us to build an affordable house.
So when they finally get a chance to build a home, they're building not affordable housing, they're just building a mansion right on that property because it's more cost efficient. And that's what other people will let them build.
When you're already charging us $250 right off the jump. So hopefully that explains to you why developers are not building affordable housing. We're not bad guys. We actually really do want to, we would love to do these projects, but your governments and your citizens don't want us to, no matter what you say or how much you cry. I want affordable housing. The homeowners don't want it, and the government wants to keep collecting that easy money. So think about that. Do you think all these people really want to see their $500,000 house get undercut and priced down to $90,000 because I'm allowed to build unrestricted? You're never going to have a...
No, and even honestly, if he tried to build something, if he tried to build $150,000 homes in a neighborhood that would chop their comp in half, he would literally probably get killed. Like, truthfully, they would probably rather him die. All right, one more video. This is a guy who's doing the Lord's work. He became a poll worker to make sure that this election doesn't get messed with.
Breaking news. Check it out. I'm a poll worker now. I'm a Republican poll worker. So all y'all thinking about help Joe steal this year? Ain't gonna happen.
Nah.
Look, I'm a poll worker. Look at my seal. DJ T to the... I told y'all I don't even play this motherfucking game like this here, man. We ain't gonna play this here. Ain't no cheating going on this year. Y'all don't believe that. See, all y'all that got that vaccination, y'all eat y'all guts out right now.
Eat your gut out.
I'm a pole worker. DJ T.
I'm hoping to see DJ T in the poll room when I go. DJ T, the poll worker. God bless. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. We went a little long because we went a little short last time. If you enjoyed this episode, you know what to do. Please share with a friend or just comment below. Like, go to, honestly, listen on YouTube and then listen to half of it on YouTube and then open up, listen to the second half on Spotify. Guys, that's twice the amount of friction and sexual tension. But yeah, check it out. Thank you. Share with a friend. Do whatever. Honestly, I don't care. I do this. I do this for fun. Really, I do. And I enjoy it. It's a good way to unwind. Goodbye.